Hello everybody, Jack here, your average assassin, and I'm currently finding myself in France. In Paris, to be more specific, which in this time period was filled with peasants crying out for justice, revolution, protesting against the dissolution of the government, and also burning a lot of stuff. Which compared to today is... holy shit, not much has changed. Well, if you've been following the news lately, protesters going by the name Les Misérables have been roaming around the streets of Paris, making their voices heard, and also doing all the things that you're not supposed to do in a protest. They might want to take a bit of inspiration from the flag falls.
Algérie, Algérie.
Well, even more shocking was that during last month's protest, one building decided to follow suit and reenact the second Hunger Games. And as usual, the situation has put people in different camps. Some were shocked by the entire ordeal and started to donate a lot of money, while others were outraged by the donations, some even outraged by alleged Notre Timber appearing on eBay after the horrific fire, so on and so forth. But one company decided to take that as a PR move. Yes, Ubisoft decided to give Assassin's Creed Unity for free to a lot of people. So therefore I decided to go back and revisiting the game, which was one that I actually did not dislike as much as many did. Well, it was definitely a technical mess, but once the patch came through, it was actually playable and enjoyable. But another thing before we move on, haven't I heard that Big Ben was under restoration? What would the Fry twins,
And my looks.
yes, and the Rooks, do in such a situation? Better look out for Big Benny, or Elizabeth, whatever you want to call it. Anyways, okay, so first and foremost, let's start off with combat. So the combat in Unity was actually pretty enjoyable, especially in the way that you could build up your character, or build up Arno. He was the only one that you could play. So essentially you could go for either straight up combat or stealth. And combat was never my thing, and whenever I play any Assassin's Creed game, even Odyssey, I always build up something straight out towards assassinations. So for example, equipping the entire Sans-Culotte outfit, I could make stealth assassinations pretty enjoyable and quick. But whenever I was forced to fight head on, the combat would be extremely sluggish, which in comparison to Assassin's Creed Syndicate, hey ma'am, I just saved your life. So ungrateful. Can you believe this, Evie?
I told you everything.
Jesus, have you ever killed somebody so hard that they had to stand up and say their own eulogy? Well, it was good. It was good.
Probablement un voleur qui fuit les gars.
Number 2, the goddamn world. The world was so damn great. Unfortunately, it was also the point of his downfall. Due to Ubisoft being a bit too enthusiastic, or should I rather say ambitious, they went all in, creating a one-to-one scale world with extreme details, which came in part to all the way that your character will interact with objects around them. It was especially great when you think about the Traversal System, the parkour system utilized in this game, which was just mind-blowing. It actually required some skills. You could not just press a button to climb whatever you wanted. You needed to know the exact moment to do a certain move, where the movements actually would have some weight and some sort of flair to it. I mean, it felt so smooth. Yes, of course, there was the occasional extreme long jump that just didn't make any sense, but it was still awesome. And also just the sheer amount of construction that you could include in your traversals. Nowadays, in games such as Origins or Odyssey, we do see this huge construction that you can enter. But in Unity, there was just so much more variation. From underground tunnels, the catacombs, the huge monuments, the palaces, so much to include in your traversal, and it was just great. And Unity was also the last time that we had the implementation of some multiplayer aspect, which, believe it or not, was actually the best way that they could handle it. This time around, it was no longer about the good old hide and seek, which was fun in both Assassin's Creed 3 and 4, but it was centered around these either protection missions or heist missions, with groups of up to 4 players where you could just create insane chaos. There's a guy upstairs. Man, your aiming is shit, let me take him out. I'm Batman. I guess you are. Also, with the inclusion of the manner that you were given as you are a master assassin, you could actually create your own club and invite your friends and have your own little guild underneath like some kind of tavern. It was pretty amazing. Yes, I know that I'm totally fanboying over this right now, but it was actually a pretty good game. A lot better than it was given, well, after the patches. That needs to be mentioned, because it did deserve all the criticism that it got. But you have to remember the game right now is receiving a lot of reverse review bombing, which means that people actually got to play the game as it was fixed, as it was intended to. Although it's not super optimized, this might be one of the few things that Ubisoft might want to include in a future game. I'm not saying Kingdom, but maybe. Well, I'm not going to linger too much upon this, but I'm going to leave you with a little bit of a montage of the assassin swagger.
Hold up. Wait a minute. Something ain't right.
Oh, that's hot. That's hot.